Today I'm going to show you exactly how not to gain all the fat back after you are done dieting and losing weight. What up guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Cody McBroom. I am the founder and CEO of Tailored Coaching Method, an online fitness and nutrition coaching company. Before we get into the video, make sure you do me a huge favor, like the video if this teaches you anything whatsoever, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get updated every time we drop a new video. First and foremost, why is this something we need to talk about? Why is this an issue? Why is this a problem for you? The reality is that research does show a large amount of people who lose weight during a weight loss diet or journey gain that weight back. There's even some research that suggests 95% of people gain the weight back after the fact. Whether that's completely accurate or not is another story, but the point is we know a great majority of people who lose weight during a diet do gain it back. And a lot of this is because of body fat overshooting. That's what it is called in science. When we lose weight and then we try to go back to our normal routine and we gain a bunch of weight and we overshoot what our normal diet should be like, and we overshoot by gaining body fat. The problem with this could be something that is more of a theory than actually proven in humans for research, and that is body fat hyperplasia. And this is where instead of a fat cell just shrinking, which is what happens during fat loss, we might actually multiply the fat cells after we rapidly regain weight post-diet. And the problem with this is now we not only have 10 fat cells that shrank and could potentially be getting bigger as we're regaining weight, but we might have 20, because if they all multiplied, we have not only larger fat cells to shrink on the next time we diet, but we have more fat cells to try and shrink while we diet, which makes every single time we diet harder and harder and harder. Again, this is a theory, but it makes a lot of sense based on what we've seen in our experience and what we know from the research. And that's why this is a problem for you. Because if you're watching this video, then you have tried to diet before, or you have dieted successfully, and now you're trying to figure out what to do in this circumstance to keep the weight off. So what I want to give you here is 11 strategies based on research that has shown what people do who are successful with dieting and sustaining the weight that they have lost. So what do people do when they lose weight and gain it back versus what do people do when they lose weight and actually sustain it? That's what we're going to focus on today, and I'm going to give you 11 strategies that are based on research, based on experience, and actually effective to keeping the weight off after you lose it during your diet. The solution is really just looking at research and determining what do the most successful dieters do. Not only dieters, but people who sustain the results after the diet. So we actually have research that shows and points to the most common characteristics, traits, and habits that people who sustainably lose weight and keep it off do. What do those people do on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis? Number one is cognitive restraint. Pretty simply, you are consciously aware that you are eating less, or you're trying to restrain yourself from junk food, from overeating, so on and so forth. Cognitive restraint is the actual conscious awareness that you are intentionally trying to eat healthier or eat less food. Number two is exercise. Pretty obvious, but research shows people who train, exercise, run, do any form of physical activity intentionally with the goal of being leaner, being stronger, or being healthier are more likely to sustain weight loss after the diet is done. Number three is self-monitoring. This can be used in many different ways. So this doesn't necessarily mean tracking macros. However, tracking macros, tracking your calories might be one of those things. It could also be keeping a food journal. It could be stepping on the scale every day. The point is self-monitoring is an accountability tool that allows you to actually monitor your day-to-day, week-to-week process. And if you're not keeping some form of metric, not only can you not change things, but you can't keep yourself accountable to keeping the things that you already changed sustainable. Number four, an ability to delay gratification. And this is a really cool one. There's even research done on children being trapped in a room and given the option of eating one cookie now or waiting and being able to eat 2 cookies later on. Most kids do not have this skill yet, but research shows the ones that are willing to be patient and wait so they can get 2 cookies, which is a form of delayed gratification. They understand that 2 cookies is more gratifying than 1 cookie. If they just delay that gratification, it's a bigger win. They actually had more successful lives and careers later on when they did a follow-up study years and years and years later, which is crazy. But the point here is simple. For the people who are willing to be patient and wait and delay their gratification or their reward, they are more likely to sustain the weight loss and physique success that they saw. Number five, structured programs or coaching. Again, very similar to the self-monitoring, this is a form of accountability, but more than anything, it is just a plan. So whether you are in a group group, you are following an app, you are getting direct coaching, you have a plan. No matter what, if you have a structured program or plan, it's like a GPS. You know where you're going and it's easier to stay on the path ahead. Number 6, social support and accountability. Again, doubling down on that accountability piece, but social support in general is very huge. And if you're trying to keep this to yourself and hide it, you don't have the public awareness that you are doing something consciously and putting an effort to keep yourself lean or healthy. And what happens is you go into a social setting and you are more likely to throw in the towel because people aren't aware that you are trying to be healthy. And it allows you to feel embarrassed or guilty or just insecure about making those healthy decisions for yourself, which is not necessary. You should be proud of those things. But the key is simple. Social support and being publicly open about what you are accomplishing and being a healthy individual is a very, very big key principle in sustaining weight loss after the diet is done. 7, low calorie food choices. Plain and simple, those who sustain weight loss after the fact typically enjoy and choose to eat lower calorie foods. Oftentimes not necessarily because they're lower calorie, but because they enjoy healthy foods and a healthy lifestyle, so they make good decisions with the foods that they eat. Number 8, high quality and quantity sleep. Plain and simple, those who sustain a lean physique year round, they prioritize sleep. They understand that sleep is important and they make it a principle and a key thing that they are focused on in their journey. Number 9, high protein and fiber food choices. This is very similar to the low calorie tip where we're just focusing on healthier foods, but research shows those who sustain a leaner physique year round, they choose higher protein foods or a higher protein diet, and they include high fiber foods or have a high fiber diet. Number 10, limiting snacks. This is a big key component for a lot of clients we work with that we try to emphasize in the beginning. Focusing on meals is extremely important, and research shows those who snack less are more likely to sustain a lean physique. And number 11, how do I do that? Number 11 is stress management. Pretty obvious, and honestly, if you take a lot of these different bullets I've already kind of alluded to or talked about, it leads to better stress management because you're prioritizing sleep, you're being active, you're focusing on positivity, you have self-monitoring, you're eating good foods. All of these things contribute to it. But those who sustain weight loss, they make a conscious effort to manage their stress from life, work, emotions, relationships, all of the above, because it's gonna help you adhere to a healthier lifestyle for a longer period of time. All right, that is a wrap. If you follow those 11 principles, you are way more likely to sustain weight loss after you are done with a diet. So whether you have started the diet or not, put these down and make sure that you are ready to abide by those principles after your weight loss journey is over. If you like this video, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell so you can get notified every single time we drop a new video, and I will catch you next time.